Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, look at this new background. I haven't moved, nothing has changed. I literally just turned the camera towards the living room behind me instead of towards that black background wall that I always had. I think this looks nicer. I still need to fix the lighting and do some other stuff. We'll get a beautiful background going, but already I think this is a little bit better. So, we're going to talk a little bit today about being in your own head, not trusting that you have something interesting to say, maybe worrying about what other people might think. I have recently started seeing another girl, a couple of girls actually, and we went on a date. We had some sexy fun times, and afterwards we were sort of talking about that she struggles to get out of her own head and be a little bit less shy. So I basically said, sure, we can work on you being an ultra confidence badass bitch, smiley face emoji with some sunglasses. Do you have any questions about being more assertive? And I'd sent her some articles and stuff, some light reading from yours truly. She said, not many questions I can think of at the moment. My main issue is just being in my head too much. How many of you can relate to that? I don't trust myself and I don't trust that people actually care about what I have to say, hence being so shy. So, we're going to talk about shyness for any of you that feel the same way. She's going to watch this video, so hello, I'm going to send it to her. But this is such a normal thing to be in your own head. I've talked about my own journey that I went through years of agoraphobia, not being able to leave the house, being depressed. I've talked about that on this channel. If you just search for the word depression, I've written an article about it on my website, killyourinnerloser.com. But being in my own head was something that I'm very familiar with. That was me for like, I don't know, 10 years of my life. I really, really, really understand that. It's why I was depressed. And the part of like trusting, the part of what she said about like trusting that other people will find that I have something interesting to say, I absolutely know how that feels. I felt like everything I have to say is lame or boring or uncool, blah, blah, blah. What could I possibly have to say that someone would want to listen to? Which might sound funny coming from the guy who sits here and just talks to all of you and writes articles and all of that. But that shit was really scary for me at the start. I didn't think I had anything interesting to say. It's why my first article was Give Yourself Permission to Suck. I thought I would suck at this, and maybe I did. But I really had to just give myself that permission to do a bad job. And that is the first thing that I will say. For any of you that are shy, or you're in your own head, or you struggle to socialize, you struggle to make friends, you struggle to talk to people that you're interested in sexually, romantically, whatever, give yourself permission to suck. It's okay if you're awkward. It's okay if you suck. It's okay if you're shy. It's okay if you're a little weirdo. It's okay if you don't know what to say. It's okay if you feel autistic. It's okay if you are autistic. All of that is okay. I have been there, believe me. But something that can really help is surrounding yourself with people that like what you have to say or make it obvious that they do care about you and they do care about what you have to say. That could be romantic partners, it could be friends, it could be family, it could be finding a support group, it could be finding other people that are working on their social skills, it could be going to bars and meeting people. Like whatever you have to do, try and find people who tell you, like compliment you and actively tell you that they find you interesting. Something else that'll really help is being vulnerable, like literally telling, especially people that you trust, like your friends, hey, do you think I have anything interesting to say? Or can you help me with my social skills? Or hey, sometimes I worry that I'm too shy and too boring. Do you like me? And because they're your friends, they're probably going to tell you, yes, I like you. And that can help you feel a little bit less alone. If you're going on a date, you can be honest and say, I feel really shy right now. This girl that I'm talking about here, again, hello, she's going to be watching this video. She fucking told me immediately. She's like, I'm shy. I'm really nervous. I'm shy. She kept looking down at the ground. It was absolutely adorable. And she told me that she was shy. In fact, she told me before we went on the date, she was like, I'm going to be shy. I'm normally shy, blah, blah, blah. I told her that I was feeling a bit nervous. This is my first, as I've said, this is me getting out there back into the dating pool. My past partner, Emmy, and I were obviously dating women together. We had a lot of sex together. Like I was dating, but this is now me getting back into dating by myself for the first time in like 6 years. So I was nervous. So I told her that. Like, it's about having these beautiful, vulnerable conversations where you just say, I'm nervous. I say it to all of you on the channel. Be autistically honest. If you're nervous, just be like, yo, I'm nervous, but I'm so excited to meet you. If you don't know what you're doing in the bedroom, just be like, yo, I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out. I want to try some stuff. I want to learn how your body works. I want you to teach me and I'll teach you. This will be fun. So just like embracing that vulnerability can really help. Something else that really helps is realizing that this isn't about being like interesting or cool or any of that as if that's some objective truth about you. It is more that You are a little bit interesting or a little bit cool or whatever you want to be, a little bit social. And we're just slowly increasing that over time. The same as for you guys who want to be like cool and charming and sexy and charismatic. You probably already are a little bit charismatic. Maybe you're like level 1 in terms of charisma, and you want to get to like level 2 and then level 3. Like you're in a video game. I'm about to, or at some point, I'm going to sit down and record a video about this, but I'll show you guys this now. So I have this concept for this article or this video I'm going to do at some point about how life is a video game and we are a character. We're the main character. We're an RPG character. And so look here, which way is it? That way. Look here on the screen on the left. Pretend you're a character in a video game. And right now you might be like level fucking 20 or something in life. And you're going to have a stat there, a statistic that is like charisma or like how confident you are, how interesting you are. And your only mission is to slowly upgrade, like level up, literally like we're playing a video game. Like right now, I'm a level 3 in charisma. Can I be level 4? What do I have to do that? It'll just be practice. The same way as when you're playing a video game, the more you grind experience, the more you play, you level up. Your character just levels up as a consequence. I'm struggling to talk right now. I am tired. Your character levels up as a consequence of you playing the game. Life is like that. And so it's not that you're boring or uninteresting or shit. You're probably just like level 3 at being interesting. Cool. How do I get to level 4? In other words, progress, not perfection. So you don't have to be this cool, courageous, interesting, wonderful human being. Just slowly upgrade the skill of being interesting slowly over time. That's all I did. Like I didn't just wake up one day and be decent at the things that I'm decent at. It took a lot of practice, just a little bit each time. That's why we talk about baby steps. Something else that really happened or really helps to remind yourself of is being interesting or being cool or whatever it is that you're trying to be has a lot more to do with the other person than just you. It's not all about you, man, or it's not all about you, woman. You think like, oh, I'm boring. No, maybe some people just find you boring. Or you think other people are interesting. Maybe other people just find that person interesting. Like, do you know how many times on the internet I have been judged, I have been criticized, I have been called ugly, I have been called stupid, like whatever thought you could possibly imagine, it has been said to me. I have a public YouTube channel. That's kind of how being in public is when, you're in the year of 2025 on the internet. Sometimes the internet is a little bit judgmental at times. I did a video on this called The Internet Can Be a Negative Place Sometimes. Like I talked about my own struggles with that at times and how it's affected me and all of that. And so there are lots of judgments, obviously. Does that mean I'm a bad person? Does that mean I'm boring? Does that mean I'm ugly? Am I ugly because a lot of people told me that I am? Well, that's just like their opinion, man. There are lots of people. This girl that I'm talking about is one of them. There's been a couple of other girls recently as well. My past partner, Emmy, is one of these people that will tell me, Andy, you are unbelievably attractive. You're so pretty, you're handsome, you're good looking, you're cool, you're smart, you're charming, all of that. I've had clients tell me that stuff. You're a great coach. And then meanwhile, I'll have someone leave a YouTube comment saying, you're a terrible coach. You're shit at this. And then I'll have someone else say, you're great at this. Who do I believe? I'll get emails all the time from someone saying, you changed my life. And then the next person will say, you made my life worse because I fucking hate you and I hate having to see your stupid face on the internet. Which one of them is correct? Am I a good coach? Am I a bad coach? Am I interesting? Am I boring? It's all just their fucking opinions. It has nothing to do with me. They're just making shit up about how they feel in the moment about me. It doesn't mean I'm objectively interesting or boring or cool or smart or dumb or a loser or a winner. All of that's just opinions. It's just noise. And at the end of the day, I am all of those things and I am nothing or none of those things. I am equal parts interesting and boring, and you are too. And so realizing this, yes, there are things you can do to make yourself more interesting to more people. Obviously, that this is a self-improvement channel. That's the point. But it's also about going out there and finding the people that like you for you. And I am one of those people. In the case of this, woman that I'm talking about, this girl that I'm doing this sort of video about, I've told her a million times, I find you unbelievably interesting. I find your job interesting. I find you ridiculously pretty. I find you just to be a really cool person. I like that you're shy. And the thing that you think is bad, and a lot of you feel the same way, that your shyness is bad, there are people out there who will find it endearing, who will like it, who will think it's cute, who will think it's sweet, who will find it to be one of their favorite qualities about you. I am an example of that. Like I'm saying, I find this girl and I find cute women and cute guys as well. I might not be attracted to the cute guys, but I like shy people. I like cute, shy, adorable fucking people. And so a lot of you out there are going like, I'm just some shy fucking nerd guy who can't talk to women. Yes, you can. You're just choosing not to talk to women because you're afraid that they'll think you're shy or a loser. And some of them will. I'm telling you that right now. They'll find you boring. They'll find you lame. They'll think you're a dork. Who cares? You're not trying to impress those people. I'd rather be me and find the people that want me or like me, and the people that don't, namaste. Beautiful. Go find the people that you want to be with or that you like or that you want to be a friend with. There are so many girls out there, guys, that will say to you, I like that you're kind of shy. Like, do you know how many fucking girls love this stereotype of like what's called a soft boy? You know, a guy that wears a little beanie. You know, he's like a nice boy. I mean, look at this. Soft boy is a slang term that describes a type of person, often male, who exhibits certain characteristics like alternative interests, emotional openness, like he's shy and vulnerable, and a tendency towards, you know, towards talking about his niche interests, like basically his hobbies. So a fucking nice boy nerd. Do you know how many girls go fucking crazy for nice boy nerds? There's probably some of you watching right now. Feel free to leave a comment. Emmy and I dated a girl like a year ago who was like into anime. She was the cosplay girl that came on the channel a couple of times and we talked to her. Do you know how much like this was literally her specific type? I asked her like, what kind of guys do you like? And she's like, I like shy, sweet boys. She's very tall. She's like 5'10". So she's like the dom mummy, and she's not like a super like dom, but like she's like the mummy. You know, lots of you want a mummy who'll like take care of you. There are lots of women like that. There are lots of women into that. And so we're so busy saying like who I am or what I am or my interests or my personality is not good enough. It's objectively bad. No, man, fuck that. Like this is just marketing. Like when I say marketing, all that marketing is you put your thing in front of lots of people and you find the people that want your thing. That's all marketing is. It's just show your thing to a lot of people. And so same as yourself, your own personality, show yourself to a lot of people. Like go on the apps or go outside or make friends or talk to your friends and see if they know anyone that's single, whatever. Like, but just put yourself out there. Join interest groups. Like if you're a fucking chess nerd, go to chess clubs. Where do you think the best place to meet friends and dating opportunities and all of that would be? It'd be at the fucking chess club, you hyper turbo fucking chess nerd. Go there. There's lots of attractive women who are into chess, for God's sake. So whatever you're into, go find people that will like you for that same thing. And if you feel like you're shy, cool. Go find the people that like shyness. I'm one of those people. My favorite coaching clients, my favorite male coaching clients to work with are the guys that are super shy, because I get to get in there and show them some love and show them that they're worthy and that they have dignity and all of that. They're not some dorky, shy loser. I want them to win as much as anyone else. Those are my favorite people to work with. And I'm not the only one. There are lots of people that like shy people or will be very patient and loving and non-judgmental towards you if you're shy and you feel like you have nothing to offer. Something else that helps, and I gave this to this particular girl, and I give this to all of you, and I give this to my coaching clients, write down a list of 50 things about yourself that are likable, like 50 things that someone else might like about you. That's obviously self-esteem. You can do the I love you mirror exercise that I talk about a lot. You're going to go into the bathroom or wherever you have a mirror. You're going to look straight in the mirror. You're going to look into your own eyes, and you're going to gently say, I love you, to yourself. And that might be very confronting. That was very scary for me when I first did it. My coach, Keith, my spiritual and I guess business coach as well, my coach, Keith, first gave me this exercise like 3 years ago. And when he first told me, let me tell you, there was some resistance. My mind was like, that's gay. Men can't say they love each other, love themselves. Like, that's good. Why is he doing this? This is weird. I'm not doing that. That's weird, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. But I tried it and it was life-changing. I've done that every single day for the last like 3 years. I have not missed a single day. Just a little gentle check-in of like, hey, I love you. And eventually you get to a point where there's a big fucking smile on your face and you go, wow, I'm loved. I'm lovable. And my God, does that help you with the self-esteem and help you with putting yourself out there and not hiding away just because you're a little bit shy. Again, it's okay to be shy, but the world deserves to know the beautiful human being that is you, all of you listening. Start putting yourself out there. Like, people want to fucking meet you. Again, there are so many guys and girls that like shy people, and you're kind of being a big selfish prick or a big selfish bitch if you don't go out there and meet those people. They deserve to know you, man. Like, that's something that my mother said to me when I was very depressed. She said, the world deserves to know you, Andy. You have gifts and you're hiding away from the rest of the world, and that's not fair. And that really affected me. I still remember that. That was like 20 years ago. I still remember her saying that. Something else that can help is a little bit of what we would call positive affirmations, like saying to yourself, I am likable. I am interesting. People will care about what I have to say. I just have to find those people. I have a lot to give to others. I have unique gifts that I can share with the world. You just basically repeat these like a mantra. You can put them on a sticky note in your bathroom, on your mirror, and just repeat them. Put them in the toilet, in the bathroom, like on the door, so that when you shut the door, you can see them. Put them in your phone as a reminder. Put them in your calendar to remind yourself to read them every day. Whatever you got to do. But what we're doing here is you're basically brainwashing yourself into positivity. And that might sound like a funny word to say, like brainwashing. Most people think of brainwashing as like a terrible thing. And it's like, stop for half a second. What is brainwashing? It's just repeating something until you start to believe it. And then you might say, but doesn't that mean that it's not true? Like if I have to say a positive affirmation a million times before I believe it, doesn't that mean it wasn't true? And it's like, well, motherfucker, you have been brainwashing yourself into negativity for years without even realizing it. Like every time any of you had a thought of like, I'm boring, you just believed that. You brainwashed yourself. You convinced yourself that was true. You didn't know you were doing it. Or maybe one person said to you, you're boring, or I don't like you, or they rejected you. And then you played that in your mind a million times and repeated it back to yourself a million times. And so they said one mean negative comment to you. Believe me, I'm on the internet. I've had my fair share of comments. They said it to you once, you repeated it to yourself 1,000 times, and you brainwashed yourself. You were innocent in that. That's not to blame you. You didn't know. But every single one of you that feels shy or like a loser or like you have nothing interesting or you're unworthy or you're not good enough, it's because you've repeated the sentence, I'm not good enough, a billion times. Someone else said it to you a few times and you repeated it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to brainwash ourselves back towards something a little bit more neutral. And so if you've had 10,000 thoughts in your head of I'm not good enough, well, you might need to say I am good enough 10,000 times before you're at least fucking neutral. And if you don't want to brainwash yourself into positivity, fine, at least brainwash yourself into neutrality and being just fucking neutral. And this is what I have in my Play to Win video course. There's a link down below if you want to buy that. There's a chapter in there called Everything is a Story, and you're in control of the stories that you tell. And just like I've already said in this podcast, I basically say you're not boring or interesting. It's not one or the other. You're not good or bad. It's not one or the other. It could be either. It could be both. It could be none of them. Like, it's just a fucking story, man. We can get some evidence that you're boring and shit and uninteresting and lame. There'll be tons of evidence that you'll be able to find for that. We could equally get a lot of evidence that you're interesting and fun and cool, and we could do the positive affirmation so you start to believe it. Which one of those is correct? Neither. Both. Simultaneously true and simultaneously untrue. It's just a fucking story, man. It's one way of framing things. And again, I talk about that more in this video course. There's a link in the description below to the Play to Win video course. But it's just a story. And so which story would we like to tell? We can tell a story that we're boring, lame, shit, shy, can't talk to people, antisocial, a loser, autistic, whatever words you want to come up with. Nothing interesting to say. I'm boring, I'm dumb. How does that make us feel? When we believe those stories or we tell those stories or we repeat those stories, we kind of feel pretty shit, don't we? We don't feel like opening ourselves up. We don't feel like letting ourselves be vulnerable. We don't feel like going and talking to that cute girl or going and saying hi to that cute guy. We don't feel like building a fucking sex life or a family or whatever it is that you want. We don't feel like building a business. We don't feel like doing any of that stuff when we say, I'm a loser. Like saying I'm a loser is not empowering, and yet we repeat it in our own mind and we're innocent in that, but that is brainwashing, ladies and gentlemen. We've just all been believing our own thoughts for a little bit too long, and this is the pathway to fucking enlightenment. Is like, just don't believe your own bullshit for half a second. Then you might find that you're actually pretty fucking lovable. You might find that you're actually pretty fucking interesting and you do have something to say if you would just stop fucking saying, I have nothing interesting to say. And I have gone through this myself. Believe me, I am the person that puts up just as many walls and just as many limiting beliefs and just as much bullshit and believes his own beautiful ego and treats it like it's God. And if there's a thought in my head, I'm like, well, that must be true because it's in my head. I must be a bad coach. I have had that thought a billion times. For a long time, I believed it, that I must be a bad coach. What's your evidence? Well, there's a thought in my head. And then I should go hunting for the evidence. Well, this guy he changed his life, but not in a big way. And then I'm charging too much money. And like, you go hunting for the evidence. Our brain creates a theory of like, I'm boring or I'm shy or I'm uninteresting or no one would be interested in me. And then we go hunting for evidence. And we will always be able to find evidence of that. There's plenty out there. But there is an equal amount of evidence that you're interesting or a good coach or a sex god or whatever it might be. Go hunting for that because that will empower you. If you tell yourself that you're cool and interesting to other people, don't you think that will make it easier to make friends? Don't you think it'll be easier to find the love of your life or multiple partners or a wife and kids or whatever the fuck you want? Don't you think that'll be easier if you go out there saying, I have interesting things to say? That is why positive affirmations work. It is like literally brainwashing yourself back to a more neutral point of view because you've been accidentally brainwashing yourself. You were innocent in it, brainwashing yourself into negativity, treating yourself like shit, like bullying yourself. You know, one thing that this girl that I'm talking about said, which is really beautiful, she said, you know what's funny is I truly believe everyone on the entire planet is lovable. Every being, every animal, like she works in a job that sort of looks after animals. Everyone out there I believe is lovable, but not me. I'm the special exception. My God, that is like all of us. Hey, like I am so unbelievably nice and kind and sweet and I'm not perfect, but like, holy fuck, do I have a lot to give to other people? And I'm like, you're doing a good job, bro. I believe in you. You're so good. And then when it comes back to me, it takes me a little bit more practice. That's why I say every night in the mirror, I love you to myself. It is something that like genuinely still takes a little bit of effort. Like I've gotten pretty good at it, but like it's so easy for me to say to other people, I love you, bro. I love you, man. I say it to all of you. I love you. Look, I love all of you. And then if it's me, myself, it's like, I love you, Andy. And I'm like, yeah, good job. And so we struggle. We treat ourselves differently from how we treat the rest of the world. And that's okay. That's just the ego. That's the ego's favorite game, is to say that it's special. I'm either special in an arrogant way or I'm special in a fucked up way, which I call like reverse arrogance. Like I'm a bigger loser than everyone else. That's reverse arrogance. You're being arrogant. I did a video quite a few years ago where I said depression can be a form of arrogance. I would know. I was depressed for 8 years. And it was this feeling of like, I'm worse than everyone else in the entire world. Other people that are depressed, they can take antidepressants, they can work through it, they can go to therapy, but not me. I'm an extra sort of fucked up because I'm extra depressed. That's arrogance. And it's okay. Like we all kind of do that. But that's what we're doing when we say everyone else on the entire planet deserves love, but not me. It's like, okay, like Captain fucking Special. And again, I do the same shit. So we all kind of do. But part of this is letting go and dropping that ego. And I have lots of content on this channel on ego. Just search for the word ego. There's a bunch of stuff that helps. Something else that really helps. This book right here, it's just called You Can't Afford the Luxury of a Negative Thought. One of my favorite books on letting go of your negative thoughts, obviously. Other things that can help, maybe we'll give some practical, actual steps. Like for any of you that feel shy or like you have nothing interesting to say or you're not funny or you're not charismatic or you're not smooth, like whatever it is that you want to be, go to fucking improv classes. Like go do stand-up comedy or go do just general improv. Go take dancing lessons. Like one of my best mates was like, I'm not interesting. Like this is years ago when he was like in his early 20s. He's like, I'm not interesting. I don't know how to talk to women. I don't know how to flirt. I don't know how to even interact with women. I should take up salsa dancing. And he did. He became really good at it. Do you know how many women? He and I joke. Of all the women that he has ever met in his entire life and dated, there is one that he didn't meet through dancing. And he hasn't actually dated a lot of people. I know I blew that up, but I think he's dated like 10 people, maybe 5 people. So a few people. But like 98% of them, all of them except for one, came from dancing. Like he just danced with them and like accidentally got into a relationship with them for a couple of years or whatever. Danced with this girl, like meet her at some bar and they're dancing together. And like he meets people through dancing. It is such a beautiful, wonderful way to socialize with people. And like I said, improv. We've had coaching clients that go to improv and it changes their life. I had a friend who took up like stand-up comedy and he sucked. He was awful at it. He got decent at it. And that taught him how to be more interesting and funny. I've done a fucking podcast on this. So if you just search on my Spotify or Apple iTunes or whatever the fuck it's called, just search for humor. I did a podcast called How to Develop a Sense of Humor. My God, did I make this ages ago? This was like 5 years ago. Basically what I said is like, just be open to funny situations. You don't have to have a joke or have a witty sense of humor, but life is pretty funny. Like if you go outside and look outside, there's a lot of funny shit that happens. And so just start noticing that. Like this is called observational humor, by the way. It's how people like Jerry Seinfeld and people like that did a lot of their humor. There's a lot of observational humorists. And so just Google that. That's another way to be funny. Google observation humor. Go watch like fucking 20 Netflix shows. Watch like a bunch of specials on there. Go on YouTube and just watch like observational humor. Watch like Jerry Seinfeld's stand up. Like, don't just watch the Seinfeld show. Although actually the show teaches you situational comedy as well. You're just noticing stuff that's funny and you're basically pointing at it and going, ha ha, ha, isn't that kind of funny? Like you can literally just say, isn't it kind of funny? And then say whatever you saw that was funny. And then the other person will be like, ha, yeah, I didn't notice that. That is kind of funny. Like that's all observational humor is. You just walk around outside, take a fucking notepad if you need to and write shit down. Every time you see something funny or you have a funny thought in the shower or whatever, write it down or write it down on your phone. And then literally just say that shit to people. I do that all the time. Like I do a lot of observational humor. You'll hear me do it on this channel. Like, okay, here's a really good example. I just fucking off the top of my head, observational humor. Isn't it hilarious that men will go on dates and they will be so utterly terrified of the woman, and then she is sitting there so utterly terrified of the man, and neither one of them are willing to go first and just admit, I'm scared of you right now, I'm so scared. And it's almost like this weird fucking game of chicken as to which one first admits their vulnerability. And it's not until they admit their goddamn vulnerability that they have any sort of connection whatsoever. Connection literally requires vulnerability. Isn't that fucking strange that we're all sitting on dates, like just talking about a bunch of shit that we don't care about, and nobody actually admits the thing that they want to talk about, which is connection or sex or fears or insecurity or life goals or that they don't know what they're doing? Isn't that funny? I just said that. That wasn't me trying to make a joke. I was just pointing out something funny. Here's another one. Isn't it funny that none of us, like every single one of us was born on this earth without any sort of instruction manual? And we're all just trying to fucking figure it out as we go along. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing. Nobody gives us an instruction manual. They'll hand us like a Bible or a Quran or like these religious textbooks. But some dude just made that up who has no idea what the fuck he is doing. So we're all just a bunch of fucking retards trying to figure out what the fuck this life thing is. And we're all just pretending that we know what's going on. But I don't know, man. Sometimes I have a little freak out and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Do you guys ever feel like that? There you go. That was observational humor. Like pretty fucking relatable. We all feel like that. So you're just pointing at something that's like mildly interesting to you. And then you just say, isn't it weird that blah, blah, blah? Or isn't it funny that blah, blah, blah? Or hey, have you ever thought about blah, blah, blah? And then you just say the thing. It can be literally anything. Literally fucking anything in the entire fucking world. Like here's one. Here you go. Have you ever thought about, how come when I go to Subway, I have to pay extra for avocado? Why is lettuce so fucking cheap? What the fuck is going on the farms where lettuce is cheap, but avocado costs like an extra fucking $1 or some shit? And then beetroot. Why is beetroot expensive, but then potatoes are so cheap? Like, that's not hilarious, but it's an interesting conversation. It's like, why is avocado? Like, why is it expensive? Or, okay, here's another one. Why is it that everyone just kind of ignores pigeons? Why are we pretty fucking chill to pigeons? Of all the birds, why are pigeons the ones that we just let walk around the fucking streets and we don't like do anything about it? Like, why are we just chill with pigeons? We're just like, hey, little pigeon, how's it going? We feed them. We're just chill to pigeons. And then why are pigeons so fucking chill around us? Why are they just like, yeah, those people things aren't that scary? Try walking near any other bird and watch them freak the fuck out if you get within like 10 fucking feet of them. Why are pigeons just like, yeah, whatever? Like pigeons are basically also, why the fuck have we decided to domesticate dogs, cats? I mean, mostly those two, but a few others. And then pigeons, we're just like, you can hang around us. We're happy for you to be there in the center of the city. Just do your chill thing, do your chill pigeon thing. Why the fuck do we never invite them into our homes? Like, stop and actually think about that for half a second. Why do we never let a pigeon inside? Like, I'd be down, and the pigeon would probably be pretty fucking chill. Like, they'll probably let me pick them up too. I've had pigeons walk on me. If you feed a pigeon when you're sitting down, they'll stand on your lap. Like, you can get them to take food out of your hand. It wouldn't be that hard to get a pigeon back to this fucking apartment. Why is there not a pigeon sitting on that couch right now? Like, imagine him, like, walking around, going like this, just walking around the fucking apartment. I just feed him every now and then. I'm like, yeah, that's my pigeon. Someone comes over. Why is there a pigeon here? Oh, that's Barry. Barry's just, like, living here. Barry lives here. Why the fuck don't we domesticate pigeons? They're so chill. They're basically waiting out there waiting for us to make a fucking move on them. Like pigeons are like the equivalent of like women. They just look so pretty. They're just walking around waiting for us to make a move. And none of us, humanity, never decided like I should fucking make a move on them. We used them in the past. We used them as messenger pigeons. That's probably why they're domesticated. And since then, we've just been like, you can stay there. You can be there. We kind of feel bad that we used you during the war as messenger pigeons and then we just don't love you anymore. But like, you're definitely not coming into our homes. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? There you go. That was me just making up a bunch of fucking bullshit that's like mildly interesting. You probably have a whole fucking freestyle conversation off of that. That's all this shit is. That's how you be interesting or funny, or maybe that wasn't funny to some of you, but like it's interesting. It's something to talk about. And so improv helps you with that. Observational humor helps you with that. Just pointing at shit and going, isn't that interesting? Like, isn't that interesting? And you just do anything. Pick anything. Pick this. Take this. And just to the person you're with, be like, hey, see this Coca-Cola bottle? Do you reckon someone like manually puts the label on there? Or do you reckon a machine does it? And they'll be like, well, no, you freaking idiot. Like a machine does it. And then you go, when do you reckon that changed? Like what year do you reckon it was that they decided to put machine? Like, because before that, there must have been some dude just like manually putting a fucking label on a bottle. That must have been like someone's job. And then that guy lost that job. And then he started complaining. He's like, technology is changing. You know, the kind of shit that we complain about. AI is taking over the world. Do you reckon there was some guy who was like, bottle labels are taking over the world. Machinery is taking over the world. Like, I would have liked to know that dude and hear his opinions. I bet he had some fucking strong opinions about Coke bottles. That's an interesting conversation. I just made that fucking shit up. Pick anything. Pick this watch. You probably have a bunch of bullshit to say about this watch. Probably have a bunch of bullshit to say about this ring. Like, that's one way of being interesting. You just point at shit and be like, can we talk about that thing that I'm pointing at? So like, it doesn't require you to be amazing at being an interesting person. It's just point at shit and be like, do you want to talk about that? Or like giving yourself permission to talk about the stuff that like you want to talk about. Like a lot of you have really interesting, cool hobbies. This girl that I'm talking about has a really cool, fucking interesting job. She plays video games. I'm sure a lot of you right there are like fucking jerking off. Oh my God, a gamer girl. Oh my God, you're sleeping with a gamer girl? Yeah, and she fucking looks like a gamer girl. If you would like to see more of her, head to my blog and we wrote a little sex story with some pictures together. Little teaser for you. But she looks like a fucking gamer girl. I'm sure a lot of you are like, wow, that's so interesting. But like lots of women and lots of you men are like, games aren't interesting. I could never admit that I like video games. That's nerdy. I just did a coaching call with a guy who's just signed up for my coaching program like literally an hour before this. And he's a comic book artist. And he's into anime and manga and he draws and all of that. And he's like, but that's nerdy. Like women wouldn't like that, right? Like there's lots of women that wouldn't like that. It's like, are you fucking kidding? I gave him the world's best fucking suggestion of what to send on the apps, on dating apps. I said, your first message, here's what you write, brother. You say to her, hey, you're super cute. His name, I'm Andy. You're super cute. I'm Andy. I'd love to draw you sometime. Do you want to grab a Starbucks and I'll draw you? Do you know how many girls would be like, holy shit, that's interesting? That's like way more interesting than like, hi, do you want to grab, hi, you're pretty, hello, you want to go on a date? Nothing wrong with that, even though I just mocked that. But like, I want to draw you. Do you want me to draw you? That's fucking interesting. That's like my first message is like, hi, you're cute. I'm into BDSM. Like, do you want to do that with me? That's how I met this girl that I'm talking about. Like, literally just, hi, do you want to do BDSM with me? That's all I do. But it's interesting. And so it's about just like letting that inner you, that interesting inner character that's in you, come out. You're all fucking interesting. You're all just so busy saying that you're not. You're all fucking attractive to at least other people out there. You know, not everyone's going to want to fuck you, obviously, but like lots of people out there will find you attractive. You're just so busy saying that I'm objectively ugly. I'm objectively not pretty. It's not your fucking opinion that matters, motherfucker. It's not up to you if you're interesting or not. You're not the one that you're trying to impress. Maybe there is a bit of self-love component in there and you are trying to like make yourself proud, but like you care if other people find you interesting and not all of them will. So go find the ones that find you interesting. You're trying to see if other people will find you attractive. Not all of them will. So go find the ones that do. This isn't about impressing the whole world. That's impossible. I'm telling you, as someone that has tried, has spent a long time trying to make all of you in the audience like me, and I failed. It's impossible. You can't make everyone like you. A lot of you will be like, look at those gay plushies back there. Look at this fucking idiot with plushies. Look at this stupid, bald Andrew Tate wannabe. Like, these are look at this guy with tattoos. He's probably in a gang. Like, Look at this guy. He's old. He's 38 and he's dating 23-year-old women. He's a fucking weirdo, pervert, creep. This guy's into BDSM. Oh my God, he must abuse women. People just won't like you for retarded fucking reasons. I've had people say, I don't like you. And I say, oh, that's okay. Like, how come? They're like, I don't know. Just a vibe. Fucking the timing on this. Literally right now, I'm talking to another woman and we're talking as we're probably going to be fucking good friends. We're talking about all this shit. And she said, I showed your podcast, your YouTube channel to my best friend. And she just got really turned off and she stopped halfway through our video and she didn't like it. She warned me not to be friends with you and all of that. Why? She just got a vibe. She just got a vibe from you. People will like not like you for no reason. Just a vibe. That's not a reason. Just and you don't need a reason. That's the point. People will just not like you for a vibe. And so the sooner you can all, or we can all, I'm on this mission too, the sooner we can all embrace, how about I just be me and be unapologetically beautifully fucking me? And I find the women or the men or the fucking whatever is the third fucking gender in the age of 2025, the attack helicopters, the fucking, the theys and the thems and all those beautiful people out there, they will all fucking love me, or they won't all fucking love me, sorry. But I'll find the ones that do. I'll find the ones that like me. I'll find the ones that want to spend time with me, be with me, get to know me, trust me, be non-judgmental around me, be vulnerable with me, whatever it is I'm looking for, I'll find those fucking people. As for maybe the second thing that she said in her message, and again, she said, I don't trust myself. And this is something that a lot of you feel like you don't trust yourself. I even have some people who hit me up for coaching and they're like, I want to join your coaching program, but I don't know if I can trust myself to make the most of the coaching. Okay, let's talk about what trust in yourself actually is. Part of it is self-esteem. That's why I give all of you the exercise of like writing 50 things about yourself that are likable. You could also write 5 reasons why you can trust yourself or why you do already trust yourself. Like there are some things in your life that you are currently doing, all of you, that show you that you trust yourself. Like, do you trust yourself to drive your fucking car? Yes, I mean, this girl does. She drove to me to see me. So you trust yourself to drive. So you do trust yourself. Do you ever open up and be vulnerable with other people? She was open and vulnerable with me. So you do trust yourself with other people. Do any of you tell your friends like some of the stuff that's in your mind? Or do you talk to them about hobbies? You trust yourself enough to open up to them about your hobbies. Like there are ways or there are parts of your life, there are things you're doing in your life where you are actually trusting yourself. This isn't some like perfect, what am I trying to say? This isn't set in stone. It's not like I don't trust myself and I'm not good at trusting myself and I don't have good self-esteem. No, you probably trust yourself a little bit, but just like the video game analogy I said before, we're just leveling up your trust with yourself over time. Right now, you might be a level 2 in terms of trusting yourself. Okay, let's get to level 3. Let's get to level 4. Like this is a video game, man and women. Life is a video game. It's allowed to be fun. It doesn't have to be this big fucking serious thing of like, I don't trust myself. I'm bad with this. I suck at this. I'm a loser. Like, that's just your fucking opinion. How about we play the goddamn video game and have goddamn fun? And all that trust is, like trust with yourself, all that trust is vulnerability. Like, I was vulnerable and things turned out okay. Now I can trust a little bit. And so be vulnerable. That's why I say go to improv classes, go meet people, go like be vulnerable with your friends. That's like the safest way to start doing this. Go hit on that cute girl you see or go talk to that cute boy that you see. Start doing this shit, man. If you're still too afraid, you can hit me up for coaching. Like it is an incredibly non-judgmental, safe space. And I've said this a million times in recent content. We're in the process right now of building another little coaching program, which will have a bit less access to me, but I'm going to have Taylor and Cam and, the other coaches in there. I'll be in there a little bit, but not as much. But it's a more affordable coaching program. Basically, what I'm saying is you could use that. If you're interested in that, send me an email. We're in the process of building it. You can get an early discount. If you sign up now, it'll be $50 a month. But you could do that. You go to a therapist. You could talk to people that you date and start to be a little bit more vulnerable. Just a little bit at a time. You don't have to just pour your heart and soul out to the next person that you see on the street, but just a little bit. Like just things like, hey, sometimes I feel like I'm not that interesting. Like, do you ever feel like that? And then they'll be like, yeah, I feel like that all the time. Everyone feels like that. I've felt like that. Every human being on the planet has felt like that at times. That's vulnerability. You're just saying that. Or hell, this is what I said to this girl, and I've said it to another girl that I went on a date with recently. I was just like, I was really nervous to meet you. I was really scared. And she's like, wow, really? I didn't expect that. I was nervous to meet you. And I'm like, cool, that makes me feel better. We're both nervous. Like, for fuck's sake, so many of you go on dates, especially men, but women do this too. You go on dates and you're just like, I got to pretend I'm not nervous. Like, what the fuck? You're not an actor. Like, you guys and girls are so shit at acting. Me too. I'm dog shit at acting. And we're all thinking we're going to be some like James Bond super spy, like perfect actor, just like pretending that we're smooth and charismatic and charming and all of that when we're not. Like, fuck off. You haven't done acting training. Like, you're just pretending or you're imagining that you're going to be some super fucking cool guy that can just hide everything. Just tell the fucking truth, man. It's easier. You can take the goddamn mask off, and then what beautiful things will happen is you'll find someone that doesn't want to wear a mask either and is sick of their mask. They'll take it off. Now you can be vulnerable with each other. So it's these little baby steps of vulnerability and like letting it happen rather than thinking you have to be some smooth alpha male fucking James Bond god, or for you women out there thinking you have to be like all the goddamn girls that you follow on Instagram, feel shit about yourself every time they post, and yet you keep on fucking doing it. By the way, just a PSA to any girls out there, get the fuck off Instagram. Unless you are a goddamn like content creator who is like literally putting your shit out there, and even then, try and put out stuff that will make other people feel good about themselves, not stuff that'll make them feel jealous and shit about themselves. But in general, my God, the number of women in my life, like friends, people I've dated, people I've slept with, Imogen, my past partner, that I've just suggested, like, hey, would you be happier if you got off Instagram? They get off the app and they're like, wow, my mental health has improved. TikTok too. They get off TikTok and Instagram. They're like, wow, why has my mental health improved? No shit. The same thing is like for all of you guys out there, get the fuck off like the angry manosphere parts of the internet. Get the fuck off like the angry parts of Reddit and just go to the nice peaceful parts. Stop watching the news. Like, this is my little side tangent rant. You can all do whatever you say, whatever you want, sorry. But if you don't do that, like if you just keep going to Instagram, if you just keep going to TikTok and watching all the fucking negative shit, then don't be surprised when you don't like yourself very much. So that's another thing I can give you. That really helps you start to feel like you have something interesting. Stop watching the people that want you to be insecure about yourself. There's lots of those people. There's so many of those people. And sometimes they don't mean to do it. But like there's lots of people on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, like everywhere. They just want you to feel shit about yourself. Because if you feel shit, you'll follow them. You'll celebrity worship them. You'll give them money. You'll buy their products. So try and cut some of that stuff out. Try and watch channels like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I at least try with every one of these videos to not make you feel shit. I want you to feel good. Even when I write like a sex story or a photo shoot with a girl and you see all that sex stuff, I'm talking about love and gratitude, and like I'm trying to at least tell you that you can do the same thing. I don't want you to just feel shit and be like, Andy has a good sex life and I can't and I must be a loser. I want you to look at it like, Andy has a good sex life. Maybe I can do that too. And he's going to tell me for free how to do it. And if I want more help, I can pay him for the coaching. So try and find people that don't make you feel shit about yourself on the internet, because that's brainwashing. Like we talked about brainwashing earlier, you are essentially brainwashing yourself if you go to content creators that make you feel insecure. You know, whether it's intentional or not intentional, if it's not making you feel good, you don't have to keep watching it. It's like an alcoholic. If alcohol is affecting him, stop fucking drinking or cut down on your drinking. You wouldn't let him just like keep sculling beers and he's like, nah, it's fine. Alcohol makes me feel shit. But yeah, I just need to like man up and like work on my self-esteem and like, no, stop the drip, put the fucking alcohol down for half a second and then we can work on your self-esteem. So cutting out negativity is another really beautiful way of building that self-esteem and feeling like you have something interesting to say and that you're not so shy and you don't feel like a loser. The same sort of thing applies to your friends. If you have some friends that make you feel shit, you don't have to like completely cut them out and be like, they're dead to me. But like maybe just spend less time with them, or maybe tell them, sometimes I feel a bit insecure about some of the things you say about me, and like talk about it. And if they're not willing to talk, then maybe go and add in a couple of friends that are a little bit more positive or loving or will support you or whatever. Like you don't have to spend time around people that make you feel kind of shit about being you. So be more vulnerable. You'll start to trust yourself a little bit more. This process might take a while. It's taken me years. Like I've been working on my self-improvement for like 15 years, 10 years at this point. It might take a little while. Keep doing that. And obviously, if any of you want more help with this, like I said, I guess I'm giving you two options here. So like I said, for any of you that are just like, I don't have much money right now, if you send me an email and let me know there's a $50 offer right now, it'll be $50 a month, maybe for the first like 6 months. And then I think we'll be bucking it up to the normal $200 price. So send me an email. You can be one of the first people to sign up for that. That'll be a program that will have less access to me. You'll be more working with like Taylor, a little bit of Cam, and some other coaches that we're bringing in. I will be creating the structure of it, and I will be doing one call a week that'll just be more like a quick Q&A. Like it won't be a hardcore, deep coaching program. So you're not going to get as much access to me, but it will still have the format and the feel and the love of an Andy coaching program. So email me if you want that. And then the second offer, if you want direct access to me, like me working with you like literally every day for the full, big, hardcore, massive, sexy coaching program that you all know about, there is a $2,000 deal on that right now. So you'll save $2,000. So it'll be $9,000 in total, and you will get an extra 4 weeks. So you get 16 weeks in there. If you're interested in that, that's just for the next couple of weeks. There's a link down below to that as well. But in general, you all have a lot of beautiful gifts inside you. You all have something fucking interesting to say. You're just so busy saying that you don't. But if you would just stop saying that for half a second and just let yourself go out there into the world and talk to a few more people and be a little bit more vulnerable, you might find that you have something really, really, really precious that only you can give. And so rather than holding that back from the world and the world being deprived of your greatness or your lovability, go out there and stop being such a beautiful, selfish fucking prick and just let people get to know you, yeah?